Hello! You just messed it up. Do you know where you were? Because we were in our spots. Alright, come back over. It's fine.
1, 2, 3. Hello!
Hi! Well, we're back. We've got 5 more countries that we're going to review. Just to recap for y'all, we all ran out of time this year. There were no videos for the Wiwi Jury. So instead, you're getting live streams where by Friday, God, that's tomorrow, we will have gone through every single song and we are going to talk about the scoring from the Wiwi Jury. All right, so we're ready. Are you ready? Let's do this.
Woohoo!
So William has taken a bio break. He is in the loo. He'll be back in a moment.
Oh. So what about Ducky Do?
Well,
please. Well, actually, I want to know what was Ducky Do doing after Eurovision, like the whole year.
Well, I mean, Ducky Do spent a little bit of time with you. Ducky Do spent a little bit of time with Diego. Ducky Do and Yu, they have really bonded. They've been spending a good amount of time together. And Ducky Do, you know, he went on my various travels with me. He was in Paris for Junior Eurovision.
Bonsoir Paris.
Ducky Do has, you know, she was all over America. And then when I started, you know, he's not really into yoga. So he doesn't join for yoga so much.
Thank you so much, Lucy. Have a good night.
You know. Was that our Lucy?
No.
Oh, okay. No, Lucy C. She's always on. Yes. Bye, Lucy.
Bye, Lucy. Thank you so much for watching.
Suzanne and Sinan, what hotel room was better, Turin or Rotterdam? So, in Rotterdam...
That's an interesting question.
We stayed at the student hotel, and we had a wonderful time with the lovely individuals at the student hotel. I was able to adopt Ducky Do there. So the student hotel is always going to have a very special place in our hearts.
I mean, I had one of the best times there, like with you. We had so much fun. I remember, you know, filming videos at like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., like every night, like literally every night. Do you remember?
Oh, yes.
Like filming reviews and your sis.
Oh, there's our Bernardo. Hi,
Bernardo.
So the problem is, and Wiwibloggs, close your ears. When you lodge with William, you end up working all day and all night.
But we love to work, actually.
We do. But
sometimes it's hard.
When you live with William, it never gets turned off. And that's okay. But
I mean,
it never gets turned off.
We love to entertain.
So here in Turin, you either had to show a negative test or your vaccination. Jonathan is not staying in our flat. He is in an alternative flat, so he decided to go ahead and make the journey back to his flat since it's a little bit late. Okay, folks keep asking if we're going to be live streaming from the press center during rehearsals. So for Wiwibloggs, William and I are the only 2 who were accredited. We're going to have a lot of folks on the ground, and some of our friends have received accreditation through other media outlets or countries.
Yeah,
so I don't even know what the schedule looks like. Like with the schedule, William, I don't think we're in the press center for first rehearsals, right?
No, we are not. Sadly,
but we probably will live stream after first rehearsals, after everything is released. Isn't that the plan?
Yeah.
So we will be live streaming, but we will not actually be in the press center until
3rd of May.
May 3rd.
Yes.
All right, so I think that we have landed on the fact, if whomever was asking about the ginger guy is still on here, I think we've landed on that it has to be Porig or Oliver, and Oliver has yet to attend Eurovision. So it's got to be Porig. And so the sexy ginger guy, he will be feet on the street here in Turin. Aw, thank you, Matthew Cragen.
Aw.
Sinan, so are you accredited?
Yes, I am. Because this year I work also for national press media from other country. So that's why I was lucky, because I worked really hard to get it, and I'm thankful, and I will of course deliver that kindness back to that media. Thank you so much. Hvala ti puno, duše zlato.
So for those of you who've asked for a date, that is so kind. The gentlemen in my life will be the gatekeepers of who I spend time with, and you must be age appropriate.
So 60 or over.
No.
Somebody Sinan putting in the work.
Mid-30s to early 50s.
Somebody asked
Sexy
what's
Porg
William
and
eating.
Sexy Oliver sounds about right, somebody says. Alright, so William has returned from his bio break.
This bitch is back.
Sorry, I needed to eat, y'all. I was so hungry. I just scorfed an Eskimo pie. What was it? It was not an Eskimo pie, sorry.
Oh god,
what was it called?
Y'all, we had ice cream or gelato earlier.
What was that
It was so good. A moon pie?
That's it. Sorry, my head's
A little
all...
Debbie? We need some Tim Tams. Okay.
All right, you guys. So in this video, we're going to be a bit more succinct because it's very late.
That's cute, Shay.
But we're looking at 5 different countries, and the first country we are going to review is Armenia.
Okay.
This is Rosa Linn. She is Barev, hey Astan. She is one of my favorites of the year. I think this is so emotional. I'm gonna tell you a backstory. Suzanne already knows this backstory, but this song is like permanently cemented in my head. So I forget the day, maybe it was March 21. I'm sitting in the library in downtown London, or in central London, and I'm working on my book coming out in spring 2023.
Yes, I'll tell you what it's about. Pay for it. He'll autograph it.
But anyways, and so I'm sitting there working my tail off, and then I get a text from her telling me that my brother is dead. And I'm in this library.
What? Actually, it said John is gone.
Yes, but I'm just translating, because that could mean, he's left the building.
Our brother never walked, and he couldn't walk. He couldn't use his arms. He's gone.
Suzanne, it could mean many things. In any case, I'm just clarifying. So you text me to say that he's dead, which ultimately is what you meant. And so I'm sitting in a library with 100 people. It's dead quiet, and I don't want to make any noise. But inside, I'm absolutely screaming. It's this horrible situation where I'm like, okay, what do I do? So I quietly gather my things. I put them in my bag. Then I walk outside. And you needed me to send you some information about the funeral home, which was in my email. And so I needed the internet. And I was like, I could go home, but it's rush hour, 5 p.m. I'm not going to get a taxi. There are no Ubers. I'm going to be stuck on a bus for 90 minutes, bawling my eyes out. So I'm like, okay, I go back to the library. And you know what I did? I finished editing a post from Azerbaijan about Eurovision because they had just announced their artist that day, because it was the only thing I could control. I couldn't get a taxi. I couldn't go on the bus. So I'm sitting there editing blog posts in a haze, like autopilot. And I email my publisher saying, oh gosh, I'm going to be late with this, sorry, blah, blah, blah. So then I get on the bus about 40 minutes later because traffic has cleared.
At some point you should come out and call me.
Yeah, that's before. That's before all this. And so I get on the bus, and then I put on Spotify, and my Spotify loops every song. I just have it set to just loop. And Armenia had just dropped their song 2 or 3 days before. Thank you for the back, girl. It's really loud. I can't hear myself. Honey, the microphone. It's a beautiful song, but I just don't think now's the time. So anyway, the song starts playing on this 90-minute bus journey, and I was in such a haze thinking about my deceased brother, and this just kept looping and looping. And so the sadness of her message and her song is literally forever cemented to me. So whenever I hear that song, I get very upset, very emotional. However, it's become a more positive feeling because, her song's all about, and Rosa Linn has said this, the song is all about putting your own interpretation on your life. You have the power to shape how you see the world and deal with situations. And so whenever I hear this now, yes, I will forever associate it with this sadness of this loss. It was really traumatic. However, now after the funeral, after, the Buddhist ceremonies, the passing of the spirit, all of this, I do feel much more uplifted, and I can celebrate, what life means, what relationships mean. And that song, it's like, you know, I'm going to shake this reality. You know, I'm going to evict the bad memories from my heart, but I'll let the good ones stay. So that is what snap means to me. It's meditative. She counts 1, 2, where are you? You know, she's like, it's a release. She's about to snap, but before she snaps, she's just going to snap. And so thank you, Rosa Linn. I will get off this soapbox. Thank you for listening. Why don't we take it over to Sinan Sedula from Germany.
From Bulgaria, living in Germany. Hey, I remember when I first heard that song, we were together. I mean, we were FaceTiming, I guess.
We heard the demo together.
Yes, absolutely. And that song was, I think, the most interesting one. It wasn't one of my favorites from all of the songs we heard in that internal selection, but the revamp is so good. I mean, the final version, actually. We heard the demo version. And I love the video, by the way. I think the music video is so, you know, peaceful. It's just like something like country, like Taylor Swift country, you know, kind of music video. And she's also very kind, like also as like in the video, like she's so likable as a person, and I like her voice. The song is not one of my favorites this year, but I like it. I don't skip it when it comes on my, you know, PlayStation on Spotify. And yeah.
Thank you guys for all of your beautiful messages. I am seeing them. Thank you so much. Suzanne.
So I had not listened to this song yet until our brother passed away, and it was the 19th. I called you on the 20th. I was on a Zoom call when Mom called me, and I quickly had to end my Zoom call. But anyway, William made it, and I could not leave where I was. William made it back to Atlanta before I did. And he's like, oh, you've got to listen to this song. Devin and I are obsessed with this song. And then he tells me how the song had impacted him. And so at first I didn't like the song, just because now he's got me associating the song with our brother's passing. And I mean, I think I said to you, I'm not quite sure why you two like this song so much when you started playing the song. And this is one that has already grown on me. If I'm not mistaken, in the final or the official video, isn't she kind of like in a house and kind of up in the air and moving around? Okay. Yeah. So you know, great analogy there, because this song has rather taken flight for me since I first listened to it and did my scoring. But it has a happy, folkish feel. Let's see. I think she has a beautiful face. It's just such a it's a simple, angelic face.
I love how you often take a song to the singer's face.
I know. Well, I don't know.
Hello,
like,
you have to
she has a beautiful face.
I'm gonna have to close the door.
But I love the simplicity of the staging, and I really like the song. My favorite part of the song is where you know she's about to snap, because it's as though she's, you know, there's something in her life that's coming to an end, and it's time to cut the cord, to break that tie. But it's the whole, you know, 1, 2, where are you, and then it continues. And so this song has grown on me. I can see how, you know, again, it's going to relate to some people. It's going to just be relevant to whatever's going on in their life at the moment. Clearly it was for my brother here. So I don't know. I kind of feel like it's a middle of the road song, but I really like the snapping 1, 2, where are, anyway. So that's really all I have to say about the song. Yeah.
This is the purest song of the year, or one of the purest songs. She sings from the heart. It's very honest. The simplicity is what gives it its power. It reminds me of Monsters and Men. You know, it's folky.
Sarah Alto? Monsters?
No. It's an Icelandic group, I believe.
Monsters and...
Yeah, totally different tonality.
My Little Army here.
But it's just so honest and raw and beautiful, and she can sing it. We saw her live in Amsterdam, and people got the feels. Yeah. She goes into party spaces where a song like hers shouldn't work, and yet it does, because she's got a presence. You know, everyone else is like, yeah, yeah, woo, you know, in the sparkly everything, hitting whistle notes. She comes out, you know, not in a Nirvana t-shirt, but, you know, very casual aesthetic, and she kills it.
I love her subtlety.
Yeah. It's just so honest, so good.
Casual.
And I would love to see her just on stage in like a massive bed. I'd love to see her, you know, because one of the opening lines is it's 4 a.m. So why not have her in a big old bed, Victoria
like
style?
Flying or something.
Yeah, or just, she's so simple and pure. Have her playing her guitar in bed or singing. I just think it would be really powerful. In any case, why don't we go around and give our scores out of a 10, along with a prediction of whether this will make the final. Sinan.
Oh, I gave it a 6 out of 10. I think if I had to give it right now, it would probably be like 7, because I like it more now, because when you listen sometimes, I mean, every year a song, when you listen to it like 100 times, like every time it gets better, but the most important thing is, you know, much more people vote when they hear it for the first time, you know, watching the live. So I think it's a nice song, and as you said, the staging will be very, very interesting to see, and I can even say now that she will qualify.
Absolutely. She is closing semifinal 1, performing last. This makes me think she will have some kind of big stage prop that they can wheel off afterwards.
Big bed.
A big bed. Who knows? This bed I keep imagining. I have that vibe, that feeling. I gave this a 9. This is in my top 5.
How can you forget your score?
Girl, we gave 40 scores. This is in my top 5.
Did you rate this after John passed?
Yeah, our scores were due around that time. But no, I loved this from the beginning. Watch my reaction video with Deppin. I was absolutely obsessed with this, and so was he, for all the reasons we've already stated. I love the idea of evicting someone from your heart. That doesn't have to be a romance. It could just be anyone you're trying to forget, and then you have to ask yourself, why am I trying to forget you? There are a lot of layers.
It could be a toxic friendship.
It could be anything.
Oh.
And it really applies.
It could be someone in the workforce that you no longer want to be aligned with.
It could be your fellow bloggers when they speak too loud at 10 p.m. and the neighbors are banging on the door, and like there's a courtyard.
It could
and
be
people,
the neighbors.
Nobody did that. Nobody banged on the door.
Girl.
Chill,
In
girl.
any case,
It's Eurovision
this
season.
is going through. I find this has a sleeper hit quality. I think juries could really eat this up because it is so different from everything else. It's like a delicious piece of Armenian cake.
Can we order cake?
Suzanne,
When we're done, we'll go out and see what's open.
there's a pizza place in our building.
Yeah, we're going down for pizza. I mean, it's our first.
Well, if we go through
dinner
these
in-
quickly,
okay, let's go.
we can
We
do
need some
that.
pizza. Okay, so again, for those of you who
Whoa,
have not,
hold up. Christina, girl. There are 5 songs in my top 5, including Albania and Armenia.
The shade is real, girl.
Okay, come on.
So again, when I rated these songs initially, I didn't, I must have been in a really bad mood because I rated songs really low, and I don't know if that's the case, or maybe if I just really didn't like those songs in that moment, but I gave this a 4. And I'm going to go back to my comment on Roxanne and Victoria. So going into 2021, I think there was a lot of question, are these songs going to elevate because of their beautiful subtlety, right? And the meaning behind them. And Victoria did, but not as much as we might have thought, and Roxanne did not. And this to me has that same kind of feel to it. I don't know where it's going to come in my top 40 tomorrow when I'm done, but Subwoofer is in my top 5 right now. But anyway, so
Wiwi blogger Josh Kennan, he gave it a 5.5, but he thinks now he would elevate to a 6.5 or a 7. So
Nice,
he
Josh.
shares your feelings. Now that four is very low. I think the reason you gave it a 4 is because she says it's 4 a.m. and the song lingers.
All right,
in
so you guys
your
know how I
head.
feel about these love
Hunting.
songs, and literally.
Oh Jesus!
So look, Move On. It's somewhere I wrote June 22nd, counting the days, but I literally this year I have a column in my spreadsheet, and I know there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 songs that I called Move On songs this year, and this is one of those songs that's really a move on song.
All right, well, I want you to take that phrase "move on" and bottle it up because we do need to move on. If
we
we're
can
ever
eat.
going to finish this video, we're going to be concise with this video because it's late. The overall score across all the Wiwibloggs, when we take an average, including Josh Kinnan, who is in this chat, that score is a 6.72. So for me, that feels very low. But let's just remember, it's all about who loves you, not who rates you a 4. Because the people who love you vote for you. The people who give you a 4, then go on somewhere.
My feelings
girl,
and thoughts always change.
We are. We have so many.
We have so
different
many.
tastes.
Tastes.
I cannot speak English anymore. Like we are so many people and we have different tastes. So yeah.
I just want to quickly shout out to other Wiwibloggers from our team who I am seeing. Yu from Germany via China. He is in the house. He will be in Turin later. We can't wait to see you. Bernardo Tavares Barrera from Portugal. He will also be in Turin at some point. Though I don't think I'm allowed to speak to you per EBU email. So I will not speak to you. We'll explain all of that later. Gotta keep it real. Moving on.
Josh Cannon.
Oh, I mentioned Josh Kinnan
yes,
already. Absolutely. All right, so 6.72 for Armenia. It is time to move on. What is the next country we are reviewing?
Yeah.
Germany?
Let's go.
Is it Germany?
Let's go. Lass uns nach Deutschland.
Yes, it is
Deutschland.
Germany.
Yeah.
Malik Harris. Oh my
Sehr hübsch.
goodness. He won Germany 12 points. This was, of course, a much talked about national selection, but for all the wrong reasons. Everybody was saying bye Felicia to this, though they were saying hello Felicia to Felicia Liu. This was considered a weak national selection. However, we need to remember, all you need is one good song, because that's the song that will hopefully go to Eurovision. I think Rockstars has a very mainstream quality. Yes, it sounds familiar and like we've heard it before melodically, but I think he brings something new and fresh. I love this idea about, oh geez, have our best days past us? Are the best days, beyond today? Are they gone? And his answer as the song progresses and crescendos is no. He's like, yeah, it's sad, but I'm gonna put all these doubts and flaws out of my head and I'm gonna move forward. I think it's a beautiful message that many people can relate to. We used to be the rock stars. Those days seem so far. The confidence of youth is gone. Let's start with Suzanne from the USA. What do you think?
It's one of my favorite songs. I think you and I may have done a video on this together, didn't we? Or maybe it was Devin. I don't know. I really like this song. And we all have fear, we all have doubt, we all lack confidence at different moments, and I kind of think about the captain of the football team, the captain of the cheerleading squad, and it's like, in their youth they've got all this confidence, and they're the ones, a lot of times who grow up and maybe do nothing. We've heard those stories. I'm not saying that that's always the case. And then I often talk in my yoga classes about how when a baby breathes, their belly rises when they inhale, and it comes down when they exhale. And if you all will actually place your hand on your belly and pay attention to how you breathe, do you let your belly poke out, or do you suck it in a little bit? Because none of us want our bellies to poke out. Because over time, society tells us that that's not okay. So we all start out so pure and so innocent, and we think that we can do and be everything. And then society says, yeah, you're wrong, and we listen. I actually wrote a post earlier about my brother John, the one who passed away. It took me a good 6 weeks to get to a point where I can actually acknowledge this outside of the reality that it is. And I wrote about how he never developed mentally past the age of 3, but he was the happiest, purest soul that there ever was. And so we all, at some point, we leave letting our bellies poke out. We leave being that happy soul, and we listen to the rest of the world. And we all just need to embrace the freaking rock star in us and let it be. And I find the song very relevant. I think that he just has, and I'm going to go back to his face. I think he has a beautiful face. I think he's got nice eyes. I love his voice. And I know you're one who doesn't particularly like songs that are kind of rappy and talky, but I think this is the song, right? I think he pulls that off incredibly well in this song.
2 things quickly before you proceed. 1, thank you to Tavi Lahari. Thank you so much. We are ready to say, let's do this with you. We really appreciate your super chat donation. It helps pay for our server, which unfortunately is very expensive. And then also, I want to have you answer this question, Suzanne, and I will also answer it. It's from Music Moments. Question for the Americans. Does the accent bother you in the German song? My answer is I didn't even notice he had an accent. I think he sounds American.
So, okay, so no, it doesn't. But I listen to William, and he picks up a little bit of British, right? And when he comes home to America, I hear the British go away a little bit, and I hear a little more Southern. If I'm around certain friends, I talk a little more Southern. When I'm around him, you'll hear me say coffee instead of coffee. And there are other things I do and pick up on. And so I know what they're talking about. It's barely there because I hear it in you. And then when I'm around all you guys, I hear little things I do. But it doesn't bother me at all. And because I did pick up on it, and I actually found it incredibly engaging.
Thank you for pointing this out, Ailf Heath Windham. It sounds American because his dad's from Detroit. So he's grown up with American accent. So he could very well just be speaking a different accent within the United States for all we know. I mean, I literally, if I heard that on the radio, I would assume he was American or Canadian.
Well,
I just wouldn't. I think it's good.
So I really, really like this song. I think that Malik defines the good old days as that time before we got caught up in our doubts and our flaws. And I love that he can sing. I love that he can tell a story just by talking in a very melodic way. I like this one a lot. This is probably my favorite song from Germany since my first Eurovision in Portugal with Michael Harris. Michael Schulte.
All right.
Harris, Michael
well,
Schulte.
from Suzanne talking about Germany, we talked to Sinan from Germany. What do you think?
Via Bulgaria.
Yes. That song, I mean, lyrically, I think it's one of the best lyrics in the contest this year. Like, it's, you can, everyone who reads the lyrics can take something from himself, like from herself as well. Sorry. And musically, it's a nice one, not bad. I like that he has a rap part because if it was just sing like through the whole song, if he was singing, it would have been not that much. I like it. German selection this year was not one of the best, and I'm really sad about it because I think Germany has so much to offer, like much more. And I think Malik Harris, he's so talented, and I would have loved to see him with a better song at Eurovision because he really knows how to perform. Like even live, he sounds literally the same like the studio version, because I was worrying about the rapping part, where he's shouting, literally like screaming. I mean, with pain, with passion, with power, and it really works live. And I'm really curious what will be the staging at at Eurovision in Turin. And he's a nice one, but the song is Yeah, and also I know that people were saying about that juries don't like songs which include rapping at Eurovision. Is that a thing? Like kinda because
Simi flew her own American rapper in last year.
She made the grand final too. You know, Daz Samson. To be seen, because I think each song you have to take on its own merits, because we could have said before Go A, juries don't like EDM with Ukrainian folk. So you don't
They
know.
did have those tigers, you know. The tigers made all the difference.
Roar, babe. So I want to shout out to some readers.
Vanessa.
Vanessa Frey says it feels... Shall we just stop the video so you can have a private conversation about Go A's tigers?
I love my sis so much.
You know what?
You know what?
There are
It's all about Ukraine
275.
this year.
There are 300 people here. So Vanessa Frey says it feels very real and authentic. Thank you so much. I agree. Lil Catherine says it's a fine song. I like Malik's voice a lot. I just wish there was a bit more punch somewhere to really convince me. And I totally understand and accept that. I think the rap section, building on what you were saying, gives this the emotional crescendo that it needs. Because if it was just that easy chorus, it would be too generic. But I think he allows himself to come out more in the rap. When he gets angry, I think he's going for the emotional punch Lil Catherine is talking about, that he gets angry. And in that moment, I'm like, okay, you're almost there. I do wish it was more angry even. So I accept that point still. But no, I think this gets more hate than it deserves. I think perhaps the bar for Germany, because Germany is such a big music market, it's huge.
This song deserves no hate.
Yeah, this isn't, and he's a sweet guy, and he's prepared two beautiful performances for the Wiwi Jam at home. So get ready.
Will he be at the Wiwi Jam?
He will be at our pre-recorded concert on the 7th. We're still confirming acts for the 11th. Now,
the show will be amazing.
Oh, I love this comment. Peter Swallow says the rap has an Eminem moment. Yes, I love me some M&Ms. All right.
With peanut.
Yes, girl. It is
We're
time
hungry.
to give our scores out of a 10 along with a justification. And I'm going to ask each of you a question along with that. Sinan, what is your score for Germany? Well, actually, let me just ask you the question. In the big five, France, Spain, Germany,
That's
Germany,
Germany.
Italy, and the UK, where do you rank Germany?
They are 5, right?
Yeah.
Yes. 5th position, probably.
I also rank Germany 5th position because the big five is very strong this year.
Absolutely.
Susan.
And 2 of them are really in it to win the contest, actually.
Which two do you consider that to be?
Spain,
Okay.
UK.
Take a video. Which song?
Is it UK?
Oh, I'm sorry. I fucking
And Italy. So
3
three of them.
countries.
Oh. And you? Where do you rank Germany among Spain, Italy, UK?
So Germany is 1 for me.
Number 1?
Yeah, then
Of
the UK.
I'm sorry, of the big five, Germany is your number 1?
Yes. Germany,
Okay, bye.
UK,
Thank you so much.
Italy, Spain, France.
No, I respect your opinion.
But you know what? Remember the year that I wanted Michael Schulte to win? Nobody else thought he was going to do well.
That's not true.
But it was towards the end where he really started to elevate, and when he came in 3rd,
Okay, we should move on. Sinan, honey, can you close that door because the neighbors
Sinan
are
has
sleeping?
apparently canceled me.
The neighbors are sleeping. And I've shut that just so we're not so loud. Okay, listen, scores.
You're a drama queen.
Okay, my score was.
You're the one who got up and left.
Yes.
Can y'all stop fighting? This reminds me of my childhood. All right,
Fine.
which you can read about in my book, Wild Dances, Love Loss in the Eurovision Song Contest.
Y'all.
All right, my score is a 7, which is actually quite good. And the reason I gave it a 7 is that I just like the composition, that he starts off kind of singing this chorus, he crescendos and gets angry, and then he ends and it kind of rounds it out. It's just smooth. I realize this is kind of generic for a lot of people, but in his lyrics, I like his lyrics. Sinan.
I want to ask the people, the audience, I want to, power to the people, please write down your points for Germany, please.
But please do give us your points while we wait.
Is this still a dig at me?
Girl.
Me?
Please, can we
My
say
point is 5 out of 10 because you know, it's not. It's a nice one. It's a middle for me, like average song, and I wish him the best of luck. I think he will. Well, I think he will,
You know what I love about Sinan Sadula?
I think he will receive a point at the grand final.
I'll ask you this
It
on-
won't be 0 points
Oh,
this
my
year
poor
for Germany.
I love how
Last year.
you'll give someone, you're like, my score is a 2, but I love you so much. All right, Suzanne.
So I gave Germany a 7.5, and I also want to comment that I listened to that song on night 1, not night 2, when I was doing my scoring.
Well, the overall global average across all Wiwibloggers around the world is a 5.09. So Sinan, you had the most accurate.
Girl.
Yeah, we just have to accept the reality. While we may really enjoy it, it hasn't gone down
I
well.
mean, it's not a bad thing. Like 5
That's
points.
okay.
Like there are songs that they have like lower than that. So at Eurovision, the most important thing is to have an impact.
Yeah.
And to have, to continue. After Eurovision, a lot of those stars, they don't continue to make music that often. I think Malik Harris will continue to have a career because he's now very famous in Bulgaria, in Germany. And I think he will continue to slay his career, like just do music and yeah.
Andreas thinks the song could get higher in another edition of Eurovision. Gingerbread says a 5. That is so generous. I'm Steven says Germany deserves last. Ooh, that's a question.
There's another country.
Who's coming last, or who would you put last of all 40?
Oh, I know who I'd put last.
Oh, I know my answer already. Do you need time to think? Suzanne, do you want to go first? Who's your number 4?
Isn't it Moldova? Isn't that the folk song that I really didn't like?
The Train?
Yeah.
So your number, you can tell the people.
Yeah, it's Moldova. Moldova's my last.
My number 40 is Montenegro, Vladana.
Oh my god!
Lyrically, it kills me. I'm sorry, I listen to lyrics too much, and the lyrics are just, I don't like it. What's your number 40?
For me, it will be I think it will be maybe, but personally, Moldova or Bulgaria.
Bulgaria.
Sadly.
You're from Bulgaria originally.
Sadly, like last year we were really high. Like,
All right. Well, I know this is emotionally difficult for you, so we will move on. The next country in this grouping, and we're going to pick up the pace so that we go to bed before the pizza shop closes. Speaking of which, last pizza slice, Slovenia. The song is Disko. That is Disco with a K. When I think of the disco, I want to move my body. I want to shake. I want to get a drink. I want to help my sister.
He doesn't drink.
I don't drink, so I'm having a virgin drink. I want to help my sister get some man in her life. This doesn't make me want to do any of that. It's the most undisco song I've ever heard. There are too many long, drawn-out instrumentals that just sound so junior Eurovision. And it pains me to say that because I really like the group's energy, the connection they have with each other. I think they all go to high school together. They're just very sweet, and I think they'll have brilliant careers. And they beat some top-flight musicians in EMA, the Slovenian national selection. So obviously they have a lot of love behind them. I just think that this song is a little too amateur for the world's biggest song contest. Suzanne, what do you think of Last Pizza Slice, the group, not the food?
They're youthful.
why do you say that? Like,
Because
we're hungry.
Last Pizza Slice.
oh.
They're youthful.
LPS.
Oh my. Oh, you're so clever.
No,
I didn't know
that really
it's a phrase.
isn't.
It's a phrase.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Which is kind of cute because I can just see these kids in high school together, like, who's going to have that last slice of pizza? Just take the slice. Just take the slice. So they're young and they're engaging and they're fun and they work well together. And I got there's something about the song that gives me despite their youth and my lack of youth anymore, it gives me a Love Boat feel.
If you had married that surgeon, you could have parts that were younger. From earlier time.
All right, so it's fun. I like the Love Boat feel. The disco ball in the background, I like. It's like they're having a conversation on stage, And it slows towards the end, and then it picks back up, and it kind of gives you like this. I felt reinvigorated. And you guys are probably going to be surprised when you hear my score on this one.
Oh Lord.
Okay.
Okay, we'll get to that in the next round.
Oh my gosh, I'm scared.
Joao Pedro says, disco isn't about disco as a genre, but disco as in a club. This is probably the most underrated song of the year.
He agrees with me.
Andrea says it's grown on me lately, but I think that they have to try a lot with their energy so they can get to the final. They do look really calm. Sinan.
I mean, they're still so young. That's why.
You can be young and energetic. Have you watched Junior Eurovision?
Yes. In Bulgaria, for example.
And
2015.
Chrissia slayed. Chrissia had a lot of energy.
I think that song is one of those songs that give me like guilty pleasure. Like I like listening to it, but later to that song, like I think it's the bridge or after the second chorus. It completely changed the melody. Like literally, I feel like another song comes up, starts playing, and yeah.
Look at that super chat from CHF.
Whoa, that's Swiss currency, I believe. Is it? D. Thank you so much,
Thank
D.
you
Oh, it's
so
from D.
much.
Sorry, CHF.
I don't know.
currency.
Oh no, Mitro. Thank you
that's
so
Swiss,
much.
Yes.
Constracta. We love you. Biti zdrava. Biti zdrava. Biti zdrava. Biti zdrava. Biti zdrava. Girl, do you wash your hands? We'll get her some hand gel later. Thank you so.
So yeah, I was talking, by the way. So yeah, they are so cute,
They are definitely not.
They weren't one of my favorites to win the
Simon!
EMA, but yeah.
So Simon in Denmark, shout out to Simon from Good Evening Europe. It's a self-ironic song, but you don't get that if you don't understand Slovenian.
I love that they sing in Slovenian because it's totally different song when it's in Slovenia. If it was in English, oh my gosh, I feel like our scores would have been so like 1 or 2 or something like that.
Carl Espen, not the Norwegian singer, says this is an 8.5 at least, so much better than most of the generic pop songs this year. There is a lot of love for this. It's interesting, it looks like it's last and pretty much, well no, Denmark and Slovenia are typically last in most of the fan polls I've seen online. They're not getting that much buzz. Mads Honey, you can be young and talented, William. Have you watched LPS Disco? Indeed, I have watched LPS Disco. I don't doubt their talent. I don't doubt their skills. I'm just questioning how well this song will do in the semifinal. Will it qualify? Will it go up the scoreboard? And when I do my, thinking and I make my decision calculus, the answer is no.
I can actually see it not qualifying, despite the fact that I like it.
Yeah, and that often happens. I mean, this is not about saying they're not talented. They're clearly very talented. They slayed in EMA. They are in semifinal 1, I want to say. Let's look. Wiwibloggs semi-final allocation. Slovenia is competing in semi-final 1. Yes, first half semi-final 1. That's the tougher semi-final. It's the easier to predict semi-final, and I think they're out. You guys, do let us know if you think they are in or out. We're gonna go around and give our scores.
I want to say something. At Eurovision, like last year, we saw so many surprises. Like one of our like countries that we loved the whole performance, the song didn't qualify.
Who?
Croatia, Albania.
I mean, we loved her, but it was always borderline. So I don't think it was a surprise. I think
staging girl.
it was upsetting,
Staging.
but it wasn't a surprise. Nick Tube says there is no way that Slovenia will qualify. Jonathan says they will qualify. S says unfortunately no. Vanessa says out. Lil Catherine says out. Boa Slange loves it. All right, time to give our scores out of a 10, starting with Suzanne.
6.
Is it going to the final?
I'm on the fence about that.
Sinan.
This is my guilty pleasure. 5.5.
I don't remember what I gave, so I'm looking it up now.
Do you want me to tell?
Do you have it?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that sounds right. I gave this a 3.5. This is my number 39, my 38 or 39 of the year, and I kind of do a curve, so this falls in that bottom 5%. All right, and Naruto says, ow.
I love Naruto. I was watching that when I was younger. That's a really nice TV show.
All right, we move on.
Cartoon.
We have to keep going, otherwise the pizza shop will close. We want the LPS at the pizza shop downstairs. We turn to Czech Republic. We are Domi. Where are you now?
Where are you now? Where are you now? Where are you now?
Well, Sinan, given your enthusiasm, why don't you kick us off by telling us about Dominika, her bandmates, their win at ESCZ, the electro vibe of their song?
I love electropop dance songs. Like, if you know me, guys, Lady Gaga is my idol. She does, her career is literally like a tribute to David Bowie. I love it. This song, I will be very honest, that wasn't one of my favorites to win the contest, to win the pre-selection, the national selection. My favorite was, I forgot her name. How can I forgot? The girl.
Guidi.
No.
Guizi?
Elisa
Elise Mraz.
Yes. She was amazing. But when I heard that song after they won, because I didn't listen all of those, I love it. And also I'm so happy that they did a revamp. I wasn't expecting a revamp because the song was already good for me, like it is, but they really enchanted it. And there's a part, literally they say lights off, and then there's a sound like doom, 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 doom. Like people, I can imagine that doing that on the stage, like with the sound doom, 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 like the lights are turning off. I think that would be a very cool effect, something like Hvala Ne 2018, the lights
Slovenia.
and the music stops. That's a really good effect, and she qualified, by the way. And I really love it. It gives me so much happiness when I listen to it. I dance to it. I sing it. But I have a small issue, and I hope that they will fix it.
Can I guess?
The live performance.
The vocal.
What happened? I mean, in London Eurovision party, Eurovision in concert,
Israel
Barcelona,
calling.
Madrid.
So basically every live performance you're saying.
I'm so sad because I know her. What was her name?
Dominika.
Yes, I know that she can sing live.
Yes.
But what happened? I want to know. I literally want to know because I'm sad because that could be a reason Czech Republic not to qualify.
Yes, and this is an interesting point. ESCZ, the competition, they said they released live performances. Hearing her live subsequently made me question the extent to which the videos we saw at ESCZ were actually live, because the voice live is nothing like the voice we heard in the national selection. And that's unfortunate because the song that they released, in the national final was good. The revamp made it much better, more polished, because I was lukewarm at it. At the beginning, and with the revamp, I was like, okay, they're headed in the right direction. But then the Eurovision pre-tour really...
What happened? Like, I want to know.
So some people have blamed technical issues. However, to have technical issues at every single concert, I don't know.
I feel like people, whoever does the the sound engineering.
It's a different man every time, or woman, person. But then another person said, and I think this could be true, early on you've got nerves, you're working them out. However, by Madrid, she was more confident. She was better in Madrid. And I think that gives us hope for Turin. Maybe she was getting the bugs out of her system. I really hope so. I'm not as enthusiastic about the song as everyone else. I think it loops in the same space. Like, it's giving me some Andrea circles. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we're going in a circle. It's just a big circle. However, it's a cool vibe. It's a unique vibe. It's closing the show. Granted, Triana Park closed the show. Look what happened there. And how do you stage this? I feel like dance songs are often significantly worse live. Look at Austria in 2022. Case in point. Look at Czech Republic 2022. It's all falling into the same thing. Live does not slay. I think staging these, it doesn't often work. It just really doesn't often work. It's hard to stage these upbeat songs. I mean, yeah, there's Eleni, but for every Eleni, you've got a Austria, Pia, Maria, honey. All right, Suzanne, thoughts?
So I categorize.
She's ready to talk.
I don't have a lot to say. I mean, I don't dislike the song, but I categorize this as one of those move on songs. It's kind of new agey in the video where you've got her like going through these like these like, rectangular domes, but it's as though she's running from something, right? And in the end, it turns around and she is now in front being followed. It's like she's running away and then she's being followed. But yeah, I didn't dislike it. I just didn't fall in love with it, but I didn't rate it super low because I liked it enough for it to be more middle of the road for me.
I want to pause and shout out to Ahmed Haloun. He is the press attaché for the Czech Republic. We will do our best not to disappoint you. Wait for it. So that is a very good tease.
Nice.
Thank you.
Very good tease. He's funny. Follow him on. He makes me laugh. He posts funny stories.
On Twitter, he's amazing. Like the story about people asking about
Free CDs.
He was like, we don't have CDs.
See, he's a friend of the environment, so he's not kind of unleashing a wave of plastic on the people. So check him out on Instagram. We'll see you in a few days, honey. We're in Torino. And look, you never know what's going to happen until it's live, so we all hope for the best. Sinan, it is time to give our scores. Honey?
My score is 8.5 because...
Good.
As I said, literally, I want to copy past what I said before. I really love the song. I didn't send my scores after hearing her live, but it wouldn't, lower the score much probably because this is a song contest, but also the live performance. Yeah. But fans are voting as well, not only the 200 million people.
Yeah, in the semi-final in particular, it's a smaller show, fewer people are watching, it's the hardcore fans. So maybe.
Yes, so that's why I am happy for them, and I hope that they fix that small issue.
It's not a small issue, it's a big issue.
Well, she wasn't that bad.
Girl, 5 minutes ago you were like Barcelona, London, no. Israel.
She wasn't Pia Maria.
That's true. No. In the vocal race, she's definitely
I think
stronger.
she had problems with the high notes. Where are you now?
Yeah,
that part.
It wasn't the whole song. It was particular moments.
The high notes because I love Pia Maria. I think she will also fix that issue with her voice because. Yes.
All right, we will discuss Austria in a very colorful video later. Our friend Devin O'Kearney in Ireland, he says, credit where credit is due. Domi was okay in Madrid. If she gives a similarly okay vocal performance, she might sneak in. Yeah, point of story, again, same with Brooke from Ireland, I think. It's improved. Her journey has gone this way. And that's what's important. You want to nail it in Torino. My score, Did we submit this after Barcelona or before?
Before.
Okay.
No, wait.
No, my score is a 5. But the thing is, if we were judging the studio, the studio cut would be higher. But I have certainly heard 1 or 2 live performances, and I remember marking this down after that. They're going 18th, last in their semi. Ahmed is promising us good staging. This could still go through. I think that semifinal 2, it's so hard to predict because in the second half, every country besides Sweden has a very poor qualification record. So it's going to be close. So yeah, it's all about that live performance. I hope she delivers. Suzanne.
I gave this a 4.5.
I'm sorry?
A 4.5. But if you've been watching my scoring all evening, you know that's actually pretty high for me.
So you're saying a 4.5 is high?
Well, considering that I've given 2s and 3s, yeah.
So for you, this is like mid-table as opposed to bottom?
Higher mid, yeah.
I love how a 4.5 for you is like 12 points.
Well, I mean,
All right.
we'll see how it all comes out when I do my final 40 tomorrow, but...
Tatari Chan says, I thought people would forget about the song, but after 5 months, we are still going, Where Are You Now? This shows how good it is.
Where are you now?
That's a fair point.
Where are you now?
7.35 from Liam, a 4 from G to the K, boom. Jerry says, it's not just live vocals, they need an interesting staging, fair. A Plants 94, 9 out of 10, no guilt to be found. It's an 8 from Collins. Nicholas Erickson says, lovely song to listen to, but not sure live. 7 points from me. Gilmore gives Domi a 7, Maiden an 8.
Ooh, they somebody give it a 0.
Who gave it a 0?
Oh, come on.
Oh, no, they
0?
didn't. A 0.5.
No.
Cypress Rising gave it a 0.5. So there is something there.
Yeah.
Cypress Rising says qualification is not likely. As Debin would have said, it's out. Out. All right.
He didn't say that.
That's what
Actually, I
Debin
don't think
would
he
say.
likes the song.
Debin gave this a 7.
Yeah.
Okay, he
Yeah.
did like the song.
I love you, Deba.
I'm Steven points out Suzanne has been rating songs in a 1 to 5 system. Molly says 18th in the semi. Yes, they're performing 18th. I don't think they'll finish 18th, but they're performing 18th. And shout out to our friend in Australia, Lavender. Love the song, 8 on the studio cut, but live 6.5, maybe 7. All right, we need to move on.
Okay, what's next?
The next country, the last country in this grouping, and then it's pizza, guys. Girl, the neighbors are asleep.
They are not.
Yes, they are.
Not anymore.
I'm telling you, I saw them earlier. They are not the partying type.
What song?
It's Denmark. We are ready for the show. Gingerbread is like, please stop this video. Look, this is the last one. We're going to keep it concise. Dansk Melody Grand Prix 2022 really passed me over. After hearing the clips, I wasn't bothered to watch, frankly. So when this won, I was kind of nonplussed. Then I watched them live, on YouTube at the London Eurovision party. And I've got to say, these women, they have a good vibe. There's good energy. The song is really catchy. This is pop rock, predictable pop rock. We've heard this before many, many times. But I like the way they deliver it. I particularly like the drummer. I think she can really let loose. I do like the girl power thing, but this isn't generic girl power. This is not... It is a generic song, though. Long story short, I like how they pair their styling with this mainstream sound. I don't think this is going to the final, to be honest. I just think it gets lost in the wash. However...
Ow.
Oh, girl. However, I wish them all the best, Suzanne.
Susanna.
Yeah, so I've tried.
Wait, before you speak, Jerry says it's average and boring. I'm guessing Suzanne will give it an 8.
Actually,
Jerry kills me.
Jerry. I can't.
And Lil Catherine says the song is growing on me when they perform. Naruto forgot about Dansk Melody Grand Prix as well.
It's sad because back in the day, that the Melody Grand Prix, they had Dansk Melody Grand Prix. They had really nice songs, like 2016,
13.
for example.
Ba Raffaelli says, I'm sorry, Denmark, 0 points. I'm sorry, SL, not Ba Raffaelli.
That's so mean.
All right, Suzanne.
Go to Sinan first.
Okay, we're going to Sinan Sadula from Germany via Bulgaria.
These ladies, I really like them. They are so cool. And I love how the song, the first minute, I think, it's like a ballad song. And then it's like teasing something, And then after the 1 minute, like, dum, 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 dum. It's a... When you hear it...
Honey, when you do that, no, honey, it's coming... He can't speak if you do that.
Sorry.
That's really selfish. Girl.
Sorry.
That was really... Okay. Yes. And... Fuck, I forgot what I was going to say.
Thanks a lot, Suzanne.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yes, this song, when you hear it, when I heard it, I thought immediately about Eurovision. It's a Eurovision song. Like, it's a really Eurovision song. Like, you can hear it only at Eurovision, I feel like. And they don't have any problems singing it live, performing it live. They have really cool energy. They're so, that song fits them. There are songs and entries and artists that, for example, let's say, an artist has really, really powerful voice, and then the song is not fitting that voice, but they still go to Eurovision with that song. Do you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
This song is made for them, and that's why it's very important to to like your own song, to to give that energy to the people as well, because sometimes imagine you don't like a song but you sing it.
So you're accusing the women of not liking their own song.
No, they like their song. I mean, sometimes I cannot say what I want to say.
No, I'm just... Girl, we feel you, we love you, and we thank you. Suzanne Adams.
So, I had to listen to the song, as you heard a moment ago, because I couldn't remember the song. I know, I made a note that it's a ballad about fitting in. I made a note that it's the second song that I've listened to about fitting in. I know it's about him.
Wait, so let's just recap. So you didn't remember the song at all, made 0 impression on you, and you're about to drop a high score. Just to clarify, the queen of 1s and 2s and 3s and 4s, for songs she can describe in detail, is about to give a high score to a song she can't remember.
But I liked it enough to give it a high score. And so it opened up as a ballad. It picks up towards the end. I like the fact that it's about empowerment. I think that, the whole concept of fitting in is something that society struggles with more and more today, right? As society tries to embrace more and allow people to be who they are, it's almost as though we struggle with it more. So I like the whole concept of fitting in. They have beautiful voices. It's they just look like they would be a fun group. I remember that they meshed well together, and I think a moment ago somebody on here, it's late, y'all. I think a moment ago somebody on here was talking about one of those songs that you like but forget. And clearly for me, I gotta say, this is probably one of them, but it is time to move on to scoring, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take us there. I gave this a 6.
So you gave a 6 to a song you forgot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, girl. You do you. Corin Hearn says, I love how they play the song, but there's a weird way that they don't sing the song in the pocket that irks me. Maybe that gets to what you were talking about, Sinan. Jonathan says, it's just awful. Molly says Wiwibloggs right now. Oh, shades, Asian man, Asian woman. That's accurate. That's accurate. 7.5 from S. All right. Peter says, I think there's a large audience for REDDI for those who vote if they get to the final. Shout out to our Danish friend Simon. He says we can sneak into the final as 10th or we'll be 14th. That seems plausible, the 14th. I'm not sure about the 10th. Maybe juries will like this more than the public. I don't know. I'm struggling to kind of sit on a match or gonna have a fire beneath my... Oh,
do you remember what happened last year with Denmark? Like people really liked the the Eurovision performance, and they were rooting for them.
Remind me what Denmark was last year?
Denmark in 2021.
Yes.
Was
the two guys flew.
I didn't like
Fear
them
of
at all. That's
Slammer.
that's definitely why I don't remember.
And people really fell in love with their energy, and especially with that guy's energy, who was literally dancing and having the best time of his life, and they were
almost.
Almost. I think that could happen as well with.
This is not as likable as that. I'm sorry.
Well, wait and see the stage.
This is
human
not.
world is a duck.
Oh my god, I'm gonna make a duck souffle tonight, honestly. My score, what was my score?
What did you give it?
Oh no, that's Czech.
I can't lie.
Denmark, Wiwi Jury. REDDI. My score was a 4.5. And that's not because I dislike it. It's because I don't remember it. It doesn't stay with me. But
What was Sinan's score, did you say?
Sinan, what's your score? Sinan?
5.5.
You changed your sunglasses.
I mean, did you just realize? Like, we are talking 1 hour. For 1 hour or something. I'm tired. Like, thank you so much for...
Alright, so
you
how did the Wiwi Jury rate?
The overall global average for Denmark across 18 of our bloggers from the United States to Australia via the UK, Colombia.
Vietnam.
We don't have a blogger in Vietnam. Is 5.09.
Okay.
So this is very average. Just to give you some context.
Somebody here gave it a... Denny France gave it a 1.
At the moment, we have published 30... we've published 38 of the 40 reviews. And Denmark is in 34th position. So 34th of 38. So near the bottom, ahead of only... Well, I don't want to spoil it. It's on wiwibloggs.com though, so you can find it. In any case, our Eurovision Song Contest asks, you may have asked this, but who will be in the press center? Wiwibloggs received 2 press accreditations, my sister and me.
My brother.
We will be, I thought I was your sister. So we will be in the press center. There are other Wibloggers who are in the city. They're hanging out, covering other events, doing other things, getting into trouble. So there are 15. How many of us are here? 15 or 16? There are like more than a dozen of us.
Well, we'll figure it out.
Only 2 are in the press room through Wiwibloggs. Other people are doing work elsewhere with other publications, other outlets. But we're not allowed to talk to them. More on that later. Emails to be disclosed. All right. But you guys, look, we need to wrap this up because it's nearly midnight. Final thoughts.
I'm so tired.
The pizza place is closed.
Okay, final thoughts
Amazing.
about this group of countries or Eurovision. Suzanne.
I really like Malik Harris. I really like Malik Harris and Rockstars.
Oh.
That's my
Malik.
that is my final
Malik
thought.
Harris.
Malik.
You're my sister, says Vanessa.
Sisters. Ooh. Can I talk?
Naruto, Devin is not here yet, but we hope he will come for the Wiwi Jam. We're still trying to convince him. Thank you,
It would be a
RJ.
shame if he didn't.
We already filmed this, Andrea, so semifinal 1 will come out soon. Semifinal 2 we never filmed, so we may do that one on Zoom. Oh, and sorry, please do speak.
There's a
Sorry.
pizzeria open until
Somebody.
midnight.
What was that? Somebody.
Huh?
What was that?
Oh, what?
Come.
Did you say Sinan from Germany, Viagra, Bulgaria? Via. I said Via.
He's a little too
Born in
young.
Bulgaria.
Girl,
I took a
don't need
Viagra once. So
girl.
let me tell you, one time my friend, she's a doctor, she gave me half of a pill because I was like, oh, I don't feel well. She said, take this, but it was a mistake. She gave me it was a Viagra. Yeah. I'm not even, it was just, I didn't need it. And let's just say for 2 days, I didn't need it. It was awful. It was awful.
What did you do?
I don't want to discuss it. I tried to solve the problem. But I was unable to solve the problem. No, it was not. No. It's like some Greek mythology, I'm telling you. It's like you think something would be good and it's horrific. This was 2009, 2010. I was in London.
Oh, you were wild. Girl.
No. Girl.
Well, you
Girl.
are still wild.
So, you guys,
Wild
this
child.
has been so much fun. Our first 2
I'm so
live
excited.
streams of 2022.
Yeah, really impromptu. And we didn't
It's
actually
so
flag
There is
these.
a pizza place downstairs.
She
It's the
wants
only
to
place
eat.
open, and it closes in half minutes.
Wants pizza.
So, thank you so much, guys, for watching. It has
Thank you
been
so much.
such a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
We're
I am
so happy.
so
Wait a
excited.
minute. We have to
Eurovision
tell
2020.
them.
Tell them what?
We're gonna be doing this all day tomorrow, starting, was it 2 or 3?
Afternoon.
Somewhere at sometime after.
Around 2 or 3 p.m. Central European time from tomorrow, we're reviewing the remaining 30 entries.
Yes,
so
we
we will be here all day. We're gonna schedule a series of live streams.
And multiple Uber Eats orders coming in.
Yes, so we better open the window and we better get ready to slay. So we hope you will join us tomorrow whenever you can. We will be here for
Yes.
30, that's like 6 hours if it took us an hour each for 5, isn't it? Any case, listen.
It's amazing.
Sleep
Like,
well, beautiful people.
So much love.
so much love. Thank you so much.
Bye.